Are you the kind of person who tries to stay rational all the time? Never wholly good, never wholly bad, simply because you know either extreme will only bring trouble? Of course, all of us carry our own circles, our own struggles and tears, and those little ups and downs in our everyday life. But none of that is enough for us to instantly answer the question, was there ever, even a single moment of life that made you feel truly alive? Someone once told me, mediocrity is the poison of life. In reality, I never know what to say back. But here, in this brand new world, I knew my exact answer to the question. So, why don't we step away from the edge of reality for a moment? And together, let's join the world of games. Would you really fall in love with a game just because of a single moment? I mean, how? Of course. Huh? You wouldn't call your life meaningless if there's even one moment that makes it feel worthwhile, right? One. That's the amount of moments you need. We always have excuses dragging us away from enjoying a game. And what hides beneath it is the fear of failing. We're scared we'll never finish a game. We're afraid that the game is not worth our time, and we're also worried that our effort will be meaningless. So we never start to play. But, and people are tired of saying this, all you have to do is start and join the crazy magic circle. Within this magic circle, some believe that they were drawn by the plot and adventures. But what truly makes these journeys so unforgettable are the living characters that weren't just made, but alive, and our moment with them on the way. And these moments of connection and companionship are key. We watch them shine, flicker, ignite, and sometimes fade into darkness. Yet, the person stays with us, given to us, held close and kept in a precious place in our hearts. This taught me something important. If there's one thing you can do well, lean into it, and push it to the extreme. Make the heart of the story, the characters clear, lay the foundations prepared, and focus first on what truly matters. Once the core is strong, everything else will find its moment to shine. And even a single fleeting moment of brilliance can make the entire journey worthwhile. Players are far more patient and more interested in our characters than we tend to believe. Chapter 2! Now let's talk about something more cheerful, something I value. For me, the most important thing is that my characters are seen and not merely spotted. People might argue the difference, but if you ever played The Witness, you'll understand why the former means so much more. I hope these shiny, brilliant characters and the real people they present can truly be seen. And looking in the bigger picture, we're not an isolated Iceland, within a community where we're both witnesses and experiencers. We often think many people play games, but in reality, watching is the far more common activity. For example, I often watch detective game playthroughs, and even as a viewer, I felt involved. It's like in a Sherlock story, no one questions the presence of Watson when you focus on Sherlock. In the same way, a viewer who can look things up, notice clues, or even leave comments become part of the experience. Watching doesn't distance you from the process. It draws you in while giving you a comfortable, slightly distant space to participate. So when we're talking about the gaming community, we're actually referencing to far more people than we're expecting. And as viewers, as participants who experience a game through the act of spectating, we, too, are part of the journey, but in the form of an online community. What separates us, though, from mere bystanders will be actively maintaining this fragile, sensitive, and often misunderstood place, fully aware that the internet is not always a gentle place. And this is what I value. Beyond game designer, as a thinker, community matters to me. Players need games just as much as game needs players. Building a healthy community isn't only for competitiveness or PvP balance. It is what sustains future creators, supporters, academies, and dreamers. But how? How can we build a healthy and harmonious community altogether? Chapter 3! Indeed, We have created so many beloved villains. We can indulge ourselves freely in the game world, but how do we ensure we don't get trapped in this blurred space between play and reality? When I look back on my past works and feedbacks from discourse, I realize I've always drawn to certain themes. We are fascinated by the forbidden acts, but how do we keep a clear boundary between our fantasies and the real world? How might our unintentional acts verbally or physically cause harm directly or indirectly? How do we play with the familiar and the unfamiliar to create meaning? How can we place players within real-world context, letting them carry a sense of play even in their everyday surroundings? So what exact kind of trend are we unconsciously fostering? And then comes the final question. How can I bring that dreamlike vivid into reality, both playfully and responsively? As this question shown, I'm more of an inquirer than a system builder. One early feedback from my R&D doc pointed out that I tend to respond with questions rather than conclusions. This can be both a buff and a debuff. On the one hand, it keeps my thinking flexible and continuously expanding. On the other, it means I often end up with many parallel ideas that are difficult to organize and present clearly. My concept map also reveals something I hadn't noticed at the time. Almost every branch traced back to moments related to privacy and space, between people, between worlds, and between actions and their consequence. It made me realize that privacy and a sense of psychological safety are actual among my core creative values, even when I'm not consciously focusing on them. These reflections help me understand why I'm drawn to questions of illusion, harm, and immersion. They're not just creative topics, they mirror the way I make sense of the world. And now, at last, Chapter 4! Tech-wise, I've always thought of myself as a realist, never expecting to live in an age of jetpacks or self-driving cars like in the fiction. But after riding in a Waymo and seeing working jet suits, I'm convinced we're closer than ever to bring virtual experience into reality. We all grow up surrounded by familiar patterns, like waking up just as the car turns on your street as a kid. Our brains are full of these black box patterns, and if we learn to read them, we may one day turn the things we dream of, or long for, into something real. Technology reshapes content, and it may soon reshape our game world too. Market-wise, people often say the game market is saturated, and I agree, but I also think the definition of game is about to expand. Games are already blending into educations like Duolingo and Khan Academy, and even spreading to areas like psychological counseling and other. In the future, games might resemble video platforms where creators earn through ads and retention, or even become part of interviews, revealing a person's habits and personality through play. Games are shifting, from artwork to mediums, platforms, and tools. In today's age of fragmented attention, that might be exactly why they matter. With this in mind, I'd like to introduce our studio. Think of the spirit of Hazlight, the Daniels for Draw Me a Pixel, the mind behind It Takes Two, Split Fiction, The Hex, Pony Island, and There's No Game. Like them, we jump between mechanism and genres. We shape stories, worlds, and characters in ways that find fun, meaning, and empathy. What's better than discovering strange new playstyles and bits of knowledge, both as a designer and as a player? If all of that sounds abstract, here's a simple version. We make games with varied mechanisms that explore the joy hidden in every job, place, and individuals. And we share that joy with our community, creating moments of fun and genuine emotion. So this is my dream, and I'm inviting companions to witness and welcome you into the new eras of games. So, are you in?